Morning, everyone. So I welcome you all to the much awaited webinar on resilience building for doctors in the emergency department during COVID-19. But before I start, I really want to thank Professor Imran and Professor Haseem for accepting my invitation and taking out time to conduct this webinar from their busy schedule. So I got to know Professor Imran and Professor Haseem through their manual on resilience building, which was quite comprehensive and yet very relevant to our practice of emergency medicine in Pakistan. So without any further delay, let me first introduce ourselves to the esteemed facilitators for today's webinar. So I'll start with Professor Imran Bashir Chaudhry first. So Professor Imran is a consultant psychiatrist and chairman psychiatry at the Ziauddin Group of Hospitals, Karachi. He is also a professor of adult psychiatry at the University of Manchester and is a visiting professor of Dow University of Health Sciences. He worked as a consultant psychiatrist with the National Health Service in the United Kingdom for about 17 years. Professor Chaudhary has made significant contributions to research through experimental clinical psychopharmacological studies and developing culturally appropriate psychological interventions. He has designed and funded no fewer than 10 clinical trials of novel agents, each with a scientific rationale, but away from mainstream thinking. Since 2003, as PI and co-PI, he received research grants from the prestigious organizations, which include MRC, NIH, British Council, CEDA, SMRI, DFID, Wellcome Trust, and Grand Challenges Canada. He has published more than 200 papers and abstract in international high-impact factor peer-reviewed journals and presented his research at prestigious international meetings. So our second facilitator is Professor Naseem Chaudhary. Professor Naseem Chaudhary is a consultant psychiatrist and chief executive officer of Pakistan Institute of Living and Learning. She is a professor of psychiatry at Dow University of Health Sciences, head of psychological medicine's Remedial Center Hospital, and associate director of global mental health and cultural psychiatry research group. She is a member and fellow of Royal College of Psychiatrists in Learning Disability and Journal Adult Psychiatry. She obtained doctorate in medicine from the University of Manchester and was a senior lecturer at the University of Manchester. She was a trainer and regional advisor and clinical or postgraduate tutor of the Royal College of Psychiatrists for many years. She worked as a consultant psychiatrist with the National Health Service in the United Kingdom for about 15 years. Her main research interests are in women's mental health, intellectual disabilities, self-harm and suicide prevention in low-income countries, cultural psychiatry, and global health. Her research is related to aspects of cultural psychiatry, which are not only contributing to address the huge mental health gap in the low middle income countries like Pakistan, but have become increasingly important for the appropriate development and delivery of psychiatric services in the UK. She is a chief investigator and co-investigator for a number of research projects funded by the various grant bodies such as Medical Research Council, Wellcome Trust, NIH, and Grand Challenges Canada. So I welcome you all to this exciting webinar. So go over to Maham.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your very kind introduction. And thank you for organizing this. It is a pleasure. And because we've got limited time, I think we'll just move on with our topic. And we are talking about resilience building for doctors working in emergency departments. All we'll be talking about today is a simple collection of skills that will help a person to cope better when they are faced with stress or a difficult situation. If they are experiencing that stress, they will recover more quickly, or it will help them move in the right direction. Today is not about talking about psychological interventions or therapies or how do we analyze someone. It's just simply about skills that we all have, but how do we manage those and how do we use them appropriately in times of stress. Can we have the next slide, please? So our disclaimer, we have no conflict of interest to disclose. Next slide. The aims and objectives for today really are, what we are experiencing in this pandemic, these are exceptional circumstances. The world goes through distressing events like wars, natural disasters, accidents, interpersonal violence. So as individuals or as families, communities, we experience trauma, we experience stress, we experience difficulties. And every one of us is affected by these events differently. Some people experience fear, anxiety, others become numb or detached. What we hope from today is that you'll be able to understand a little bit better your own emotions and feelings, and maybe you will learn one or two simple techniques that you'll be able to use to cope and manage those emotions, both physically and psychologically. Stress is a natural response. It's a fight and flight survival kit. It prepares us for action. It serves as a fuel. Now we can use this fuel to help us. Even now, even in sort of the situation that currently we are facing in Pakistan, we still don't have the vaccine, but we are all in our own ways learning to cope with this change. We are working in different ways. Our everyday lifestyle, what we wear is different, but we are doing it. We need to remind ourselves that we are not only going to survive this, but we are going to come out of it more stronger. We will all need to build our psychological and physical resilience. So I'll briefly take you through the cycle of anxiety. Now, anxiety or worry, which is what we experience when we are in a situation where we feel fear or there's a threat or we are stressed. So it has four components. Our thoughts or our thinking gets affected. We get constant worry. We get negative thoughts, and it's all about something bad or something fearful is going to happen. Then we have the physiological response that our body experiences. So we experience physical symptoms. Our heart rate goes up, nausea, dizziness, feeling faint, extreme fear of having a heart attack. How many times we've seen people in emergency rooms where they come with a firm belief that they are dying. And in the end, it turns out to be a panic attack, which is extreme short form of anxiety. This leads to a change in our behavior. We start avoiding things. We don't want to come out of our room. We want to lie in bed. And then our mood gets affected. We might feel sad, angry, we might want to cry. How we react to stress or a stressful event depend upon the nature of the event that we are experiencing, its severity. It depends upon if we've experienced a similar event in the past, and there's learning for us from that event. If we've got underlying mental health issues, our experience could be different. How old are we? That has an effect. Children react very differently. Older adults can have a different reaction to stress. Can we have the next slide, please? So like Dr. Cheyenne was talking about the manual. So we've developed a manual, and today's talk is based on that manual. The manual is divided in different chapters talking about psychological, physical resources, socialization, media influence, and managing other issues. Can we have the next slide, please? So this manual is based on a guide that was developed by the World Health Organization called Psychological First Aid. And I think the whole concept that really sort of struck us was that this manual is for lay people, field workers who are working in wars, disasters, hurricanes. It's a humane, supportive response to others who are having difficulties. It's just about listening to their needs, their concerns, comforting them, helping them to feel calm and reassuring them. So this is not about some experts giving an intervention. And similarly, today is not about you learn some very specialist techniques. It's skills that we all have, but you'll probably get a better understanding of how to use those skills in a way that can be helpful for you. Can we have the next slide, please? Like I said before, resilience is all about the ability to cope after or during a difficult or stressful event or situation. Now, currently, under this COVID situation, I'm sure as doctors, you're coming across stressful things, events, shortage of ventilators or drugs, and numerous other issues that you are having to deal with. I think one thing that can help you is you are a medical doctor. You are in a profession of zero error. You deal with death, you see trauma, you see loss. So you've dealt with these difficult situations in the past. Tell yourself, remind yourself of a situation that was stressful. How did I cope with it? What were my resources then? Can I use some of those skills now in this situation? When we experience something bad, or when we have a fear of something going wrong, we keep thinking about it. And that process is called rumination. Imagine a wheel spinning, going round and round. It's that cognitive spinning of the wheel. It will not allow us to move on or heal. We have to change the narrative in this wheel that's going round and round, and all it's full of is fear, something bad going to happen, negativity. Something simple that you can think of or practice doing. Write down all the negative thoughts, everything negative that's happening to you at that time and moment. You might fill pages on this is, and everybody's bad, and I'm bad, and this is not working, and my supervisors are not supporting, whatever. Once you've done those pages, give yourself 2 or 3 minutes. Just think about, despite all this, is there anything good? Is there anything that you can be thankful for? It could be 3 simple things. Something like, I've got parents that love and care for me. I'm still well, or I have a job, or I have good friends. Any 3 good things. And the more you practice this is one way of challenging or handling all that negative ruminations that are going on in your head. Can we have the next slide, please? Pandemics are open-ended situations. We've got to be realistic, but have some optimism as well. We need to be prepared for the worst, but we also have to tell ourselves, this is temporary. And you know what? You'll hear a lot during this 1 hour, me telling you that it helps you to say certain things. Say it. Tell yourself, this is temporary. I've dealt with difficult situations in the past. I am trained to deal with difficult situations. Precautions are necessary. We are taking the right ones. History tells us that we will survive this. This is a time for us to overprotect, not overreact. Name the feeling. Tell yourself, I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling angry. You know what? If we allow feelings to happen, they don't overpower us. Next slide, please. Now we've got an exercise, and I mean, there are quite a few exercises in this, but because of time, I think I'll be very interested in us having a go at this exercise. So what Maham is going to do, she's going to divide you into groups, and you can either do it as a group, you'll have 3 to 5 minutes, we'll ask Maham, or you can do it individually. All I want is you to think about a time in your life where someone either rejected you or you missed out on something important, or when a big plan collapsed. So something that you were aspiring for, looking forward to, did not work out. So a door closed on you. Now think about what happened after. What doors opened after? And what would have never happened if that first door did not close? Just share your thoughts. There's no right or wrong. Nobody's going to judge you. I think it'll be useful to hear if people have this experience. So I'll go back to Maham. Can you please kindly divide us in groups?
Ma'am, if there is no question, then I will add them in breakout rooms.
Let's move on, Maham, because I'm conscious of time as well.
Ma'am, I assigned them 5 minutes, so I am moving now.
Okay. Thank you.
Initially, we were a bit confused because people were not able to comprehend what was the event in their life when they felt that the door was closed, and what was the opportunity afterward when they felt door was open. But let me start with for myself first. So it was related to my after my graduation. That is when I was planning to go to US and I didn't get the visa, and I was forced to work here in Pakistan. So that was the time that I felt that I have no further opportunities in my life and I have to live like this. But after that, I got an opportunity of working in an emergency department and in completing the residency here at Aga Khan. So that was the opportunity that was a door opening opportunity for me. But the event that has a door closed on me was of a fact के मतलब I felt के मतलब अब कुछ है नहीं लाइफ में करने के लिए, तो either I should quit the healthcare profession or join pharmaceutical industry or so on, or this was the door. This was something.
Thank you so much. And absolutely, this is exactly what we were trying. कि देखिए लाइफ में कितनी दफा ऐसी चीजें होती है कि हमें उस वक्त ये लग रहा होता है कि हम तो ये सर्वाइव ही नहीं कर सकते हैं. That's where people start thinking about what's the point? मैं जिंदा भी क्यों हूँ? At times इतनी एक्सट्रीम उस पे भी चला जाता है. But look at mashallah where you are today. Look at yourself. So एक दरवाजा बंद होना या एक सिचुएशन जो हमारे लिए उस वक्त इम्पॉसिबल हो does not mean that there are better things may be waiting for us. We should not just be giving up. And I'm so grateful कि आपने इतना अच्छा एक एग्जाम्पल शेयर किया जिससे मे बी हम में से इतने ओपन नहीं हो, people don't want to share their personal experiences, but there'll be so many of us जो इससे relate कर सकेंगे. तो किसी और को अगर amongst हमारे जो लोग हैं, किसी और ने कुछ शेयर करना है? Any thoughts on this?
Ma'am, just a thought. My name is Dr. Mustahsan, ma'am.
Introduce yourself.
Ma'am, my name is Dr. Mustahsan. I'm the Chief Resident in UNC
Okay.
Medicine.
Yeah.
So it was back after my doing house job. I was planning for USMLE. बहुत पढ़ा, बहुत तैयारी की, but never attempted due to some financial reason, due to some reasons, personal reasons. कुछ हिम्मत भी हारे. Eventually, I don't know how I get into this MNC. हमेशा से प्रोग्राम था MNC करने का, और खुद ब खुद रास्ता बनता चला गया. और now I am here for to end my residency.
Excellent. Another such excellent example. देखो, Allah Mia is a better planner. God has plans for us जो हम नहीं समझते. So look where you are today. Again, thank you both for sharing your wonderful examples. We'll move on क्योंकि I wish we had a whole day for this. मगर हम जितना भी 1 घंटे में कर सकेंगे करेंगे. दूसरी चीज ये कि अगेन जब हम अनसर्टन circumstances जैसे आजकल हैं, ये not knowing what's going to happen, that creates a lot of worry और ये uncertainty को tolerate करना. I mean, हम जिस प्रोफेशन में हैं, I have an elderly mother-in-law living at home. मैं constantly इस फिक्र में होती हूँ, am I going to bring the virus home? मैं काम से आ रही हूँ, किस तरह मैनेज होगा अगर मम्मी को कुछ हो गया? How do I manage? जिनके छोटे बच्चे हैं, उनको हर वक्त ये वरी होती है, मैं वर्क लाइफ किस तरह बैलेंस करूँ? क्या होगा अगर मैं बीमार हो गई? So these are thoughts, these uncertainties, जिसका हमारे पास आंसर नहीं है. It can happen. We are seeing left and right colleagues, family members being affected. So obviously that uncertainty and worry तो आएगी ही आएगी. Remember ये करना है कि these thoughts and worries are a natural part of anxiety. हमें जो करना है, don't get hooked by them. So you're not able to get rid of these thoughts. These thoughts, हम sudden बैठे हैं, खाने में बैठे हैं, we are with our family members, and suddenly ये thoughts आने लगे, and we immediately either lose interest in eating, become upset, sad. So they can really affect our everyday lives. हमें इसको accept करना है, हमें कहना है, it's okay for us to get these thoughts. Give yourself 2-3 minutes. Say, I'm going to feel sad for 5 minutes. मगर you can't allow yourself कि ये सिलसिला चलता रहे कि I'm not going to let go of these. Tell yourself it's okay. It will go away. Next slide. We are not doing this exercise. All I want you to remember from this is anxiety is normal. We all feel it. We all will continue to feel it at times. It'll help if you start the practicing to be willing to accept this anxiety. Notice when you start to feel the normal body response to your unhelpful thoughts, don't struggle or fight with the feeling and the thoughts. Just let them be. They will pass. But notice them. This is just a normal body response to unhelpful thoughts. It will pass. Next slide, please. Be kind to yourself. Positive statements help us. They encourage us. We can cope better through distressing times. Be gentle. Worries and negative thoughts क्या करते हैं? They pull us away from our values. आपकी value ये है कि you are a competent doctor. You're a caring son, daughter, or parent. मगर जब stress overtakes us, हम बिल्कुल confused हो जाते हैं. We are overwhelmed with self-blame. It's all because of me. मैं ही पागल हूँ, मुझ में ही कोई खराब है. I can't do this. या हमारा blame shift हो जाता है. हमारी management हमें support नहीं कर रही. Family doesn't understand. So what we need to do is we can't allow this. Next slide, please. Positive statements. I can do this. मैं एंग्री भी हो सकता हूँ, अपसेट भी हो सकता हूँ, बट दैट डजंट मीन कि आई कांट डील विद द सिचुएशन. आई नो दिस इज डिस्ट्रेसिंग, आई कैन मैनेज इट, मेरे पास भी कोई स्किल्स हैं, आई कैन गेट थ्रू दिस. एक और बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है और जो हम सब कर रहे हैं बट हम उस पर रिफ्लेक्ट नहीं करते. I learn from this. It'll be easier next time. Keep calm, carry on. Next slide, please. I think अगर just again हम वापस टाइम इतना कम है, मगर अगर हम इस वक्त बैठे ना सब और मैं कहूँ 2 मिनट, just think about 4 strengths जो आप में हैं, जो आपको help कर सकती हैं to cope with this current situation. I'm sure you'll all have many more than 4. मगर हम अपने आप को इतना हमेशा वही सोच रहे होते हैं कि हमें क्या नहीं है, ये नहीं सोचते हमें क्या है. So this is one way of just looking at your strengths, things that you have that you've used in the past. इन 2 examples से ही हमें पता चल रहा है कि लोगों ने उनकी कोई skills थी ना, that's why they went into whatever was available, they went into there, and look where they are, they excelled in it. Next slide, please. एक और चीज स्ट्रेस क्या करती है, हमारी ये थॉट्स हमें डिस्ट्रैक्ट करती हैं और हम अपना फोकस खो देते हैं. रीगेन योर फोकस. माइंडफुलनेस की जो टेक्निक्स हैं, सेंचुरीज ओल्ड प्रैक्टिसेस ऑफ मेडिटेशन पे बेस्ड हैं. मेंटल हेल्थ में इतना एविडेंस है ऑफ इफेक्टिवनेस ऑफ माइंडफुलनेस, मगर देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ एविडेंस ऑन फिजिकल हेल्थ. Parkinson's, dementia, so many other physical health conditions, जिसमें there is now evidence that simple mindfulness techniques can help. नेट हमारा भरा हुआ है, 1 मिनट से लेके 5 मिनट, बैठ के, खड़े होके, लेट के, wherever. Simple exercises that you can do. इसमें mindfulness क्या करती है कि आपको It's about being here, in the here and now, और इसका बहुत फोकस है on breathing. देखिए, जब तक हम जिंदा हैं, the one thing that we have is our breath. We can be stuck in a lift. कितने लोगों को फोबिया है लिफ्ट, and imagine कि वो लिफ्ट रुक गई है, उस वक्त उनका क्या हाल हो रहा होगा. अब उस वक्त तो उनको कोई एल्प या कोई रिविट्रिल उनके बैग में नहीं पड़ी होगी ना, हो भी सकती है, but your breath is with you if you are stuck in a traffic jam, आप airline पे हैं. These simple breathing exercises can really help you to gain control, get back in the here and now. इसमें होता ये है कि you take a deep breath in, empty your lungs slowly by breathing out, body scan, meditate, head to toe, visualize करें. And when you are breathing in, you believe that that breath of air is healing शुरू से नीचे तक, और वो इतनी beautifully tape साथ चलता है. There's a direction and somebody tells you to breathe and focus. So मैं बहुत strongly advise करूँगी कि आप लोग जरूर 5 मिनट स्पेंड करके अपने फ्री टाइम में look for something that is a minute long and that works for you on mindfulness. हमने भी एक वीडियो बनाई है, वो बेस्ड है टेक्निक रैपिड आई मूवमेंट की, आई मूवमेंट desensitization. It's simple video where closing your eyes, it's called butterfly hug. हम डॉक्टर शायान को वो दे देगी, वो आप लोगों को फ्रीली वीडियो मिल जाएगी. You can use that. It's also a very simple exercise that can help you relax. Next, Mahan. Again, a simple technique, mindfulness way of dealing with a thought is called Apple. जिसके अंदर you acknowledge, notice and acknowledge the thought as it comes to your mind. Pause, don't react as you normally do. Just pause and breathe. Pull back. Tell yourself this is just anxiety or depression talking. This is a thought or a feeling. Let go. Let go of the thought or feeling. It will pass. You don't have to respond to it. Imagine the thought floating away as a bubble or cloud. देखिए हमने कभी कोई बादल सालों साल एक जगह खड़ा नहीं देखा. Clouds float. You have to believe in कि ये मेरी जो negative bad thoughts हैं, they are like clouds. मैं इनको अपनी brain को गाड़ियों का कार पार्क नहीं बनाऊंगा कि I'm parking all these bad thoughts. मैं रोज इनको पानी देता हूँ और थोड़े दिनों में वो इतना बड़ा दरख्त बन गए होंगे जिनकी जड़ें deep down होंगी. No, I'm not going to. My brain is not for that. If they're a cloud, they're going to pass away. Explore the present moment, because right now, in this moment, all is well. Imagine कि आप एक tree top पे हैं और एक thunderstorm आने वाली है. You'll obviously want to come down to be safe on the ground. Branch पे hang करेंगे तो you'll be blown away or you'll fall. इसी तरह की जो mind की emotional storms होती हैं, इसमें हमें अपने आप को ground करना होता है. हमें refocus करना होता है on the world around us. So एक technique ये भी होती है कि when you are in this कि कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है what's happening around you, try naming 3 things that you can see, hear, touch, smell. You will notice कि इसको करने से your thoughts और वो chaos slow down होगा and you will reconnect with your body. और ये हम emergency rooms में बहुत देखते हैं, where people come and वो फिर बाद में report करते हैं कि हमें तो लग रहा था we were not there, ना I could hear them, मगर मुझे कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा था. So by practicing grounding in such situations, you can regain control and regain focus. I think we are moving on to next slide, please. The physical resources, and I'm passing it over to
guys. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, Dr. Naseem. Thank you, Shan, for organizing this. So now, physical resources. Again, I think you guys are probably the best and the most equipped and experienced with this. Physical precautions, जो कि हमारे part and parcel have been part and parcel of our lives now for last 10 months, 11 months. We are living, eating, breathing these. Next slide. Usme wearing a mask, disinfecting, and distancing ourselves. Isme next slide, beta. Maham. अच्छा, इसमें जो I think one of the things जब हम distancing की बात करते हैं, unfortunately, while we talk of when actually what we mean is physical distancing, इसमें unfortunately social distancing, social isolation बहुत हो गई है. So, and that has had a very significant and negative impact on us. हमारा मकसद ये था कि keeping ourselves safe, mask हो, अपने आप को disinfect करें और फासला रखें, physical फासला, emotional फासला नहीं, and not disconnecting ourselves. That is critical. Then the next slide. अच्छा, it's critical कि we look after ourselves. Just eat healthy. आपसे ज़्यादा इसको बेहतर कौन जानता है, लेकिन होता ये है कि we get so bogged down with firefighting कि we forget the simple things. अच्छे खूब vegetables खाएं, lots of proteins, fruits, adequate water intake, regulate your sugars, caffeines, and God forbid if you're drinking, minimize it. All these things here help us regulate our mood and energy levels. And these are simple strategies. Even simple medication, headache हो रहा है उसकी दवाई होनी चाहिए, खुदा ना खासा किसी को अस्थमा या कुछ है, just to have adequate things to अपने inhalers पास होने चाहिए. So very simple strategies. Next slide. मेरे नजदीक one of the most critical things is managing our sleep. होता ये है कि in times of these stressful environments, itni significant demands on our times, physical distress, psychological distress, seeing trauma, seeing disaster. आप लोग ER वाले majority लोगों, you're firefighting, you're seeing extraneous circumstances every day of your life. Achha, you take these things home, you constantly think about it, and obviously it disturbs our sleeping patterns. Remember, हम अपने for our mind and body to function, we need to get adequate sleep. I can't emphasize this enough. इसके लिए sleep hygiene is critical. जब हम चाहे जितना भी हमें टाइम मिल रहा हो, we need to make sure कि हम थोड़े से disciplined हो. For God's sake, don't take your mobile phones to your bed. Screen time को limit करें. When you're lying down, within minutes, you need to shut it off so that you can take your minds off. अगर thoughts ruminate कर रही हो, सारा दिन की जो crises आपने देखी हो, try and focus away from it. You have to start thinking of healthier things. कोई अच्छा म्यूजिक जो दिमाग में हो, कोई अच्छी सॉन्ग जिसका शौक हो, a conversation, a beautiful face, a friend, a girlfriend, a fiance, whatever gives you comfort, you think of that. नहीं हो रहा, डॉक्टर नसीम ने आपको बहुत eloquently अभी explain किया breathing exercises. Just focus on your breathing. Start counting your breaths. So you got to be able to shut your mind off and give yourself time and let the sleep take its course. उठ के messages रात को ना check करें. If you wake up in the middle of the night to go to the loo, for God's sake, don't turn your mobile on. Allah ना करे एक भी significant disastrous message is going to disrupt your sleeping pattern. Next slide, please. It is critical कि हम to keep in touch with people that we care about, people that we love, our friends, our families. And it's just not about us. It's also about people who love and care for us, people who love and care for you. आपके घर पे आपकी families हैं, your parents, your brothers, your sisters, people who worried about कि मेरा बच्चा रोज ER में सिर्फ और सिर्फ वायरस से सराउंडेड है, इसका क्या हाल होगा, how is he, कि कैसे सेफ रहेगा. While you're worried about their safety, they were significantly worried about your safety. You've got to reassure them, you've got to communicate with them, you've got to connect with them and say, this is what I'm doing. I'm wearing adequate care, I'm covering myself adequately, मैं distance कर रहा हूँ, I'm making sure I'm getting enough rest. अगर मैं काम पे भी हूँ, रात में हूँ, I'm still trying to get a little bit of rest and maybe a bit of sleep. चाहे मैं अपने desk पे बैठ के सो रहा हूँ, उनकी reassurance भी बहुत ज़रूरी. When you reassure them, when they are comforted, you get comforted. Next slide. अच्छा, आजकल information overload है. While we want to learn new things, लेकिन इतनी ज़्यादा misinformation circulate हो रही है. While मकसद media, net is an asset, लेकिन it's also quite overwhelming. It's extremely time consuming. And और उसमें इस किस्म की जिसको कहते हैं ना ब्रेकिंग न्यूज़ आ रही होती हैं, न्यूज़ फ्लैशेस आ रही होती हैं, they trigger anxiety constantly. Alarms ring कर रहे होते हैं. So we've got to channelize ourselves. We've got to have some self-control. हमें credible resources की तरफ जाना होगा. We've got to minimize looking at following media all the time. सिर्फ एक time fix कर लें कि how much news am I going to listen to. फिर आप लोग चूंकि फ्रंटलाइन वर्कर्स हो, हर कोई जो व्हाट्सएप का इंफॉर्मेटिव ग्रुप बनाता है उसमें फैमिली फ्रेंड्स जो इंक्लूड कर लेते हैं और कॉन्स्टेंटली आपका जो व्हाट्सएप टिंग 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 चल रहा है. अच्छा, टर्न इट ऑफ. You don't want to be overloaded with this. As and when time मिला contribute कर दिया, but for God's sake don't keep on checking and contributing all the time, because that's what makes us lose our sanity. फिर और लोगों को भी advocate करें कि just read from credible sources. WHO की गाइडलाइंस देख लें. हर किसी, क्योंकि हमारे मुल्क में जनरली हर कोई एक्सपर्ट है. Everybody is an expert on COVID. Everybody is an expert on crisis and disaster. नहीं, you are, mashallah. You're working on the front end, so you need to help other people kind of focus on credible sources as well. Next slide. अच्छा, for me, exercise हम करेंगे नहीं, but I want to spend a few minutes on this. जब हम stressed होते हैं, we spend a lot of time in doing things जो कि हमें sense of achievement देती हैं. लेकिन उसमें what we tend to lack is कि हमारी जो self enjoyment है, और connection with others unfortunately compromise करना शुरू कर देती है. It's very important to achieve a balance between sense of achievements, connecting with others, and things that give us joy. वो healthy balance is critical. We have to allow time for activities जो कि हमें self rewarding है, satisfying है, achieving है, connecting with those who are close to us, and being able to do things that we enjoy. Remember, ये सारी की सारी, it is not a lot of psychobabble. ये सारा, it's a very biological thing. We know कि sense of achievement reward से dopamine linked है. We know कि purposeful activities से serotonin stimulate होती है. We know कि exercises endorphin stimulate होते हैं. So you are actually biologically making yourself more resilient by achieve, connect, enjoy, and I'll go further on for body care exercises as well. So next slide, please. Now, it's important to have a balance between our work, our chores, our study, time to connect with family and friends, और इसको बस ये loop एक दिमाग में याद रखें, and time to have some joyful, fun, pleasurable activities. चाहे आप वो अपनी उस पर video games कर रहे हो, whatever gives you that joy, that is important for you. Next slide. For me, इसमें I'm a fitness freak. I think body care exercises are critical. Part of that body care also involves healthy eating habits. Okay, so base, which means body care, achieve, connect, and enjoy. Now, हम ये सब बात तो करें. Next slide, please. It's also important कि हम इसको, for us to be able to kind of quantify it or keep a track of it. So simple एक diary, if we are able to spend a few minutes in a day, just a few minutes, जिसमें एक diary किस्म के और planner हो कि where we are able to just, और अगर आपके पास written भी नहीं है दिमाग में कि मैंने आज कितना time मैंने exercise में लगाया, मेरी eating habits क्या थी, how much of sleep did I get adequate sleep, काम में कितने घंटे था, how long was I there for, how much time did I give for my preparing for my exams, क्या मैंने 2-3 घंटे कुछ पढ़ा है कि नहीं पढ़ा, have I had time to connect with my people I love and care for, my friends, my family, and you know what I enjoy, for example, listening to music. मैंने सुनी कि नहीं सुनी, मैंने that beautiful song that I love, have I listened to it or not. थोड़ा सा अगर हम उसको एक प्लानर के शक्ल में देख लें तो you know what, every small bit matters. It breaks the monotony. It gives your mind and body a bit of relief. I think these things help quite significantly. Next slide, please. Now, how do we keep ourselves motivated? चाहे हम इस extremely demanding ER की life में हो, या हम confined at home हो, isolated हो, what do we do? कैसे हम अपने आप को motivate रखें? अच्छा, motivation is not a rocket science. इसके लिए अल्लाह ताला ने मुझे और आपको हमें resilience दी है. हम अपने रूटीन सेट करें, अपने आप को ऑर्गेनाइज करें. सो ऑल्दो सारा दिन स्क्रब्स में रहना होगा, बट when you get up, take a shower, self care, that self care, smelling good, being clean and tidy, wearing clean set of clothes, those are important. Tidying things around you, just चाहे घर पे हो, आपके हॉस्टल में हो, अपने कमरे में हो, घर पे हो, या वर्क प्लेस हो, डॉक्टर्स ड्यूटी रूम हो, आपका ER का रूम हो, कि keeping things in order and tidying ourselves, थोड़ी सी sense of achievement भी देता है. अच्छा, making a list of things दिमाग में कि मैंने, you know, things I'm going to do, कि things that I'm supposed to, for example, maybe pick up medication for my parents that I have from the hospital, things that I have to pick up on the way back home, things that I have to do. थोड़ी सी अपने आप को making a list of things, organizing yourself. Doing small things जो कि sense of accomplishment or motivation देता है. keep yourself informed. Information lay, but limited amount and from adequate resources. हम इस पे थोड़ा सा टाइम स्पेंड करेंगे रिफ्लेक्शन एंड इवैल्यूएशन पे. इट्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू बी एबल टू रिफ्लेक्ट ऑन व्हाट वी हैव हर्ड, व्हाट वी हैव सीन एंड व्हाट वी आर डूइंग. डॉक्टर नसीम ने बात की माइंडफुलनेस की, योगा, माइंडफुलनेस, एक्सरसाइजेस, गेम्स एंड स्पिरिचुअलिटी. कनेक्ट टू अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला. यू गॉट टाइम. हम किसी को मौलाना या आमिल या आलिम बनाने में नहीं. इट इज व्हाटएवर गिव्स यू कंफर्ट. जानमाज पे बैठ के कंफर्ट आता है, डू दैट. बिकॉज यू नो व्हाट, जो कोविड की सिचुएशन हमारे यहाँ है और जिस तरह से लोग हमारे oblivious हैं टू रियलिटी, इट्स अ डिवाइन पावर दैट इज सेविंग अस फ्रॉम वेयर वी आर. इसमें कोई कमाल नहीं है मेडिकल साइंस का मेरे नजदीक. इट्स ठीक है, मैं और आप तो रोज इससे जिंदा रह रहे हैं, लेकिन लुक अराउंड अस. एक एक मोटरसाइकिल पे 6 लोग मिलते हैं, एक एक रिक्शा में 11 लोग बैठे होते हैं बेचारे. नो मास्क, नथिंग, एंड येट we're still not as bad as the Western world is. So there are divine interventions as well. Thoda sa have that belief and faith. And then part of staying motivated is connecting and spending time. Chahe wo WhatsApp pe ho, chahe wo FaceTime pe ho, chahe wo phone pe ho, with people that we love and care for. Wo bahut important hai. Okay, next slide please. So mere liye I do want, जैसे मैं पहले आपको कह रहा था, रिफ्लेक्शन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड ऑफ द वीक इट इज यूजफुल. दिस इज जस्ट अ विजुअल प्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ कि रिफ्लेक्शन में कैसे हेल्प हो सकती है. इसके एंड ऑफ द वीक पे हम सोचें कि टू बी एबल टू रिफ्लेक्ट ऑन द वीक जो चला गया है, कि हमने इसमें यू नो क्या क्या चीजें थी जो मैं उस वीक में करना चाहता था, वो मैंने की कि नहीं की, एंड व्हाट आर द थिंग्स दैट आर लेफ्ट which are yet to be done, which I couldn't do. And then the next stage of that box is, why couldn't I do this? And what would it enable me to do these things for the coming week? क्या ऐसी चीजें हैं, resources हैं, क्या time है, क्या मुझे चीजें चाहिए to be able to achieve those tasks? And so this reflective cycle kind of, it helps us take towards our goals. क्योंकि our goals are meaningless अगर हम उसकी progress को regular check ना कर रहे हैं, and we know that. So it just keeps us in track. और जब हम goals की बात करते हैं, next slide please. I think it's important कि हमारे goals जो हों, they need to be smart. शेख चिल्ली बनने की जरूरत नहीं है. Simple, specific, measurable, actionable, realistic and time bound. It's critical कि हम अपने आप को mammoth tasks ना दे रहे हों. It's critical कि हम अपने आप को undoable, unsurmountable list ना बना रहे हों. So smart goals and reflections. So I stop there and I give it back to Dr. Naseem.
We've got 2-3 minutes, and I think you've done well with time. I'm so sorry that we've not had the time to take questions. मगर we'll be very happy अगर किसी को कोई specific चीजें पूछनी है कि डॉक्टर शायान को बता दें, और डॉक्टर शायान माम को, और आपको हमारा मैनुअल भी मिल जाएगा. We'll send you the video as well. और अभी जैसे इमरान बात कर रहे थे कि looking after others, connecting with others, देखिए stress जो है ना, it increases our compassion and caring. ये fight or flight हमारे self defense के लिए तो है, but it also makes us do for others. क्यों ये होता है कि अगर एक बिल्डिंग में आग लगी होती है तो passers by, they know there's somebody in, people jump, भागते हैं लोग बचाने. कुत्ता भी अगर drown कर रहा होता है, people jump in the river to try and save that child. हमें ये चीज है, we have the ability for compassion. हमें ये एक opportunity मिली हुई है कि we are going through difficult times, कि हम अपनी spiritual reawakening, अपनी blessings count करें, ask for forgiveness, give charity, and be generous. Can I have the next slide, please? एक simple way ये है कि सोते वक्त सिर्फ अगर ये भी देख लो कि आज दिन में क्या ऐसी चीज हुई है that made me feel good, even if it's just that you got a little happy about it. या क्या ऐसा हुआ है जिसके लिए मैं बहुत शुक्रगुजार, you know, that I'm grateful for. 3 things in your head before you go to bed or when you are lying in bed. Lots of positivity. Inshallah, you will wake up positive after that. Finally, I want to conclude, and I will spend 50 seconds reading this paragraph from Greenberg and colleagues in the paper जो British Medical Journal में छपा है on challenges faced by healthcare workers during COVID. I'll read this paragraph. I love it. These are extraordinary times. There's a pressing need to ensure that this does not cause long-lasting damage to healthcare staff. They will be the heroes of the day, but we will need them for tomorrow. For hundreds of years, military has recognized the critical role of junior leaders in maintaining the will and capability of troops to continue to fight even in the most arduous of conditions. Similarly, healthcare managers in supervisory positions must now acknowledge the challenges staff face and minimize psychological risk inherent in dealing with difficult dilemmas, and those in charge of resources need to provide them with the opportunity to do so. And I'm really grateful for your management. Today is a part of just a little drop in the water of what they've tried to do for you today. These are indeed extraordinary times. We must acknowledge and try and support each other. We must practice resilience. We will not only survive this, but we will definitely come out of it, inshallah, stronger. Be mindful, meditate, be grateful and compassionate. Use your stress and discomfort as a fuel to help yourself and help others. Remember, things will be okay.
Inshallah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Shan and everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Imran and Dr. Naseem, for your time and for this great talk. And